Welcome to Make Science Easy with Sir Kel.
Hello, young scientists. Welcome back to Understanding Plants. In our earlier episodes, we explored how plants have roots, stems, and leaves that help them grow and survive. But today, we are going to discover the most beautiful and important part of many plants, the flower. Flowers are more than just decoration. They are plants' way of making new life. Without flowers, we wouldn't have fruits, seeds, and many of the plants we eat and enjoy. Now, let's look closely at the main parts of a flower. Every complete flower has four important parts. First, we have the petals. These are the colorful, soft parts you notice right away. Their job is to attract pollinators like bees, butterflies, and even birds. Next are the sepals. These are the green, leaf-like structures under the petals. Before the flower blooms, sepals act like a shield protecting the flower bud. Now, let's explore the reproductive parts of a flower. Flowers have two main reproductive parts, the stamen and the pistil. The stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. Each stamen has two main parts, the anther and the filament. The anther is a swollen, oval-shaped tip at the top. Inside the anther are tiny pollen sacs where pollen grains are made and stored. The anther's job is to produce pollen and help the pollen mature so it's ready for pollination. Holding the anther up, it's the filament. The filament is a thin stalk-like structure. Its job is to support the anther so pollinators like bees, butterflies, or even the wind can reach the pollen easily. It also delivers nutrients and water from the flower to the anther to help the pollen develop. The pistil, also called the carpel, is the female reproductive part of a flower. It has three main parts, the stigma, the style, and the ovary. At the top is the stigma. It is a sticky or feathery and it works like a pollen catcher. When pollinators visit the flower, the pollen sticks to the stigma. In the middle is the style. It is a slender tube that connects the stigma to the ovary. The style holds the stigma up and guides the pollen tube as it grows down toward the ovary. At the base is the ovary. It is a swollen part that contains ovules or egg cells. The ovary protects the ovules until fertilization happens. When pollen finally reaches the ovary, it fertilizes the egg cell inside the ovule. Not all flowers are the same. Some are called complete flowers and some are incomplete flowers. A complete flower has all four main parts, petals, sepals, stamen, and pistil. Examples are gumamela, sunflower, and lily. An incomplete flower is missing one or more of these parts. For example, corn has male flowers with only stamen and female flowers with only pistils. This shows us how diverse flowers can be, but all of them still play an important role in reproduction. So how does a flower make seeds? First, pollen from the anther must land on the stigma. This is called pollination. The pollen then travels down the style into the ovary. Inside the ovary, the pollen meets an ovule and together they form a seed. This is how flowers help plant grows the next generation. Flowers get a lot of help from pollinators like bees, butterflies, birds, and even the wind. Without these pollinators, many plants will not be able to make fruits or seeds. That's why it is important to take care of our environment to protect the animals and insects that help the plants. After pollination, the ovary of the flower grows into a fruit, and inside the fruit, we find the seeds. That's why when you eat a mango, papaya, or apple, you are really enjoying the results of a flower's hard work. Now that we know how important flowers are, let's reflect. In science, we learned that flowers can be complete or incomplete, perfect or imperfect. Some flowers have all the parts, while others are missing one or more. But no matter what, each flower still plays an important role in helping plants to grow and reproduce. Just like flowers, people are not always perfect. We may have strengths and weaknesses, talents and limitations, but even if we are not complete in very way, we are still valuable and important. Let's review what you have learned today. You were given 5 seconds to answer the following questions. If you got all the right answers, great job! That means you really understood the parts of a flower. And if you missed some, don't worry. Every flower needs time to grow, and so do we. What's important is that you're learning step by step. So now we know that flowers are not just pretty decorations. They are the life makers. They may be complete or incomplete, but all flowers play an important role in reproduction, fruits, and seeds. Next time you see a flower, stop for a moment and appreciate its hidden work for life on Earth. In our next episode, we'll explore seeds and learn how they sprout in young plants. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos.